It's time.
It is.
You know what? I'm kind of actually, I'm honored, number one.
Oh,
But number
thank you.
two, I think we've talked about doing lunch before. And I'm guessing because our schedule, sometimes we weren't able not to connect in person. But we talk on the phone.
We talk a lot.
So it's cool to be able to talk.
And there's a lot in a hug.
Yeah, it is a
We
lot in
always
a
got
hug.
hugs
So
going
anytime
on,
I
so.
see her at boot camp and I walk by and she's not busy, I kind of hurry up and give my side hug. So let me introduce her. So this is Renee. Social media, I like your name, All Day Renee.
Team Renee all day.
Team All Day Renee. So connect with her, but we'll put all her plugs at the end so you connect with her if you're not already. An amazing job at what you do in the community.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
So that's, beyond training, I believe, just the leader that you are, the car confessions that you have. I think they are great.
Thank you.
But she's an incredible instructor here at Camp Gladiator as they're getting ready. If you don't know who Camp Gladiator is already, one of the best boot camps, not just in Houston, but all the way around. And she's one of the head people there. So I just want to commend you at what you do.
That's a huge compliment from you. Thank you very much.
Girl, you are the woman around here. So, all right, let's talk about the Beast Mode games.
Awesome.
It's cool to just have you out there, number one.
I got goosebumps talking about it.
I actually see some.
I know.
actually see some.
I'm a cheese ball.
So, this is cool because I was telling you off camera that there are so many people that are going to be participating for the first time, and you're doing it for the first time. Mm-hmm. And what's your, right now, you've been maybe about 8 to 10 weeks out. What's your mindset like when you hear I'm going to be participating in the Beast Mode games?
First of all, I think no matter how seasoned of an athlete you are, and even if you're a coach, you still get a little nervous.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a test for me because I've been dealing with some serious injuries over the last several years. Mm-hmm. So I think it's a good goal to get in there and do that. And I think it's a good example to those that I coach to not use excuses to shy away from things. Just, I always say if you're fearful, that's okay. Be scared, but still do it anyways.
Right.
Because if you do it, then you're like, man, I just did that.
Yeah.
And then you never know what can happen. So if you fail, big deal.
Yeah. And I've never even asked you this. Is there anything that you may have participated in, whether it's a 5K, full marathon, fitness competitions, anything?
I've done figure competitions.
Nice.
I did bodybuilding when the women still look like bodybuilders. So I'm aging myself. Rachel McLeish, Corey Everson days.
Yeah.
I'm a little younger than I look. I mean, I'm a little older than I look. So fitness figure competitions. My last one was in 2011. Loved it. A lot of fun. But growing up, I was an athlete. Played softball. I didn't really have a choice. My dad was like, my girls are going to be catchers and pitchers. And my dad was the original There's No Crying in Baseball.
Yeah.
Old school Italian Marine.
Yeah.
So his 4 girls played softball for their whole lives. And I also played volleyball and soccer. And I love both very much.
That's dope.
Yep.
So and the reason why I asked because we have, and I play basketball, so I guess I would say most trainers have sometimes a background of a fitness background, and then there's others that never had that, I guess, that adrenaline pump because they never participated. One thing we see in the Beast Games is that, number one, the athletes get that feeling back, but number two, people that never had that feeling get that feeling.
Best. That's the
and
best.
you said something key. You said you're doing this as an example.
Yep.
I know, because I've seen it at Spartan Race, I think 2 weeks ago, Camp Gladiator travels deep when they do things, right? So I can only anticipate how deep you guys may be, but what's your, I guess, encouragement to people that may want to follow your leadership and participate with you from Camp Gladiator? What would you tell someone that may not have the confidence that you have or may be fearful to move forward with the competition?
2 sides of it. One, it's right around our CG games, which is what we do to test our campers, what they are dedicated to do month in and month out. And I think it's a good way for them to warm up to that. It's also a good way to have some fun competition with some really awesome entities in Houston.
Definitely.
So, I mean, even if it's just Mean Green versus CG, I would like to see how we pan out.
We might have to actually make that happen.
Yeah.
I know a couple of my boot campers had mentioned to do the same thing.
Yeah, I would love it.
So, you know what though? Because there's so many people that, I guess, participate in the last, I think, 7 different Beast Mode games. We've noticed a community, not just between the trainers, but the actual brands. I don't know why, Renee, in the fitness avenue, people feel like there's this, I don't know, competitive. I think we talked about it before.
Yes, we have.
Competitive nature where trainers or brands have to go against each other. And Camp Gladiator does an amazing job, and Mean Green does boot camp. But for some weird reason, she can have 40 people, I can have 40 people, and we train side by side. No light at the park.
Yeah, I got goosebumps again. I know. But you guys obviously know him, and my heart. You got real estate in my heart. Literally, when I started in the park was a year after you, and I had like 6 people that were dedicated. And you had this big camp. And my friends were like, "You're on our side of the field." I'm like, "Y'all, when we get big enough, and maybe if they're encroaching on our side of the field, I'll tell them to move back." But I'm just like an idiot asking them to move over when they've got all these folks together. But what I love about you, and I think we talked about this too, is you had said to me one day when you saw my camp 50 people deep, you're like, "I see you.
Right.
I see you."
Bro.
And that's the way it should be.
Yeah. That's
the way it should be. I've always been that trainer in a gym. Well, they stole my client. There's no such thing. There's enough people in Houston. We're the 3rd, 4th largest city in the nation. That
Millions.
if you're mature and you get it, there's abundance mentality. People are going to choose what they can relate to.
Yeah.
You know, and I love you. I love your heart. And so I love the fact that we've been able to grow together, and there's no weird feelings about that.
I'm not crying today. She can't get me.
It's just this tear.
And you know what? So that's cool, because at this event, Renee, you will see, and I don't know who's on the line right now, but if it's anybody that participated before, you will see that Infinity Solutions or Fit Chicks or the league or whoever is out there participating, how they support each other. It's not, and I say this over and over on anything that, I guess, program or platform that interviewed me before, we're not trying to compete with the CrossFit Games. The CrossFit Games does an amazing job of finding the fittest person. At the Beast Mode Games, our goal is to empower our community.
Absolutely.
And to see other gyms, other boot camps, cheer other people that's outside of their brand, I mean, to me, that's a cohesiveness that's being built within our community. So I want to see you in that atmosphere, and I believe that will only encourage our community.
Absolutely.
So I guess
I agree.
What I'm asking you, going forward with this, what's your mindset when you're going to encourage somebody to do something they've never done before? I guess to be uncomfortable, but we always practice and teach to be uncomfortable. But me or whoever else that have done something they've never done, you want to be comfortable. So what's your outtake with being uncomfortable and comfortable?
Myself personally, there's not a whole lot of things that I fear. I think when I'm uncomfortable, it's because I'm not prepared. And so I think us as instructors, when we're trying to empower our folks, you touched on something about the CrossFit Games. That's a small echelon of people.
Yeah.
We're dealing with the general public.
Yeah.
Those, people that don't have hours and hours and hours to dedicate towards that level of elite fitness. And we train our folks like we train elite people, but they still have a little bit more balance in life. So I think when I've been fearful or maybe uncomfortable and someone else has believed in me, it's like, okay, you doubt yourself sometimes.
Yeah.
Even us as instructors, we're in situations we doubt ourselves. But that's why you want to surround yourself with a good team that believes in you and supports you. So I believe that's what we do with our teams, and that's what I do with my campers and my folks that I work with, is believe in them a little bit until they actually can believe it in themselves. And so sometimes if you just if they go in blindly, they don't even know what they're getting into. Sometimes it's the best thing ever, because I'm not going to feed them to the wolves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if I feel like they're ready, they're ready.
Right.
And like I said, the worst thing that anybody can do is just fail, and failing means you tried, and I love failure.
Right.
I think failure is awesome.
It develops us.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure.
And so you said prepared, and I want to talk about that. So it's two things that come to me when you said the word prepared. Number one, and a lot of the instructions of the Beast Mode Games, because I know you just committed, I think was it last week or whenever we spoke, and some things I have to send to you. But number one, we don't actually send the workouts until the day before. I'm not sure if you're aware of that, which goes into programming.
Right.
I guess Mean Green has always been known as an outdoor boot camp. In the last couple of years, we got the garage gyms. So we're catching up to, I guess, functional fitness when you get under a barbell or whatnot. Right. But what I'm noticing with the Beast Mode Games, a lot of people, and all you guys do an incredible job.
I know you're going.
A lot of people just lift weights.
Yeah.
And the cardiovascular movements, the calisthenic movements, they're struggling on.
Yeah.
And I'm saying this to everybody because we're not going to release the workout still until the day before. I don't care how cool me and Renee are or anybody else. If y'all text me personally, I'm not going to give you the workout. But with being the unknown and being prepared, what's your state of mind when it comes to programming workouts? Because we're outdoors. We don't have barbells and a whole bunch of kettlebells or things of that nature. What's your approach on training people that are outdoors to actually develop strength when it comes to muscle groups?
So that's a great question, and it goes back to where I had said that we train our folks like we train elite athletes. How we teach, it's on a 5-week cycle.
Okay.
And so they've got conditioning week, endurance week the first week, strength and agility. So we bring out heavier weights. We use sandbags. We do a lot of different things for strength and agility. We also, week 3 is interval week. And then week 4 is peak week, which most people might call Metcon week.
Okay,
so I also kind of determine it's week 1 on crack. So longer rounds, a little bit harder. Really, proof is in the pudding. If you've been coming out consistently for 3 weeks, this is the week where you're going to see it all come together. And then if they've really maximized their efforts on those 4 weeks, they need recovery week. And so we have a half schedule on recovery week, and then they go right back at it full speed. We program to the most elite athlete, and we cater to everybody. So it's always scalable. So there's always room for growth. And so if they have been taking advantage of that 4-week cycle, 5-week cycle, also getting some rest in there, they should be prepared for almost anything.
For sure.
Because you're training every metabolic system. So we don't ignore cardio. We don't ignore that. But we also know, me speaking personally as well, is I'm not a long distance person. I have good, fast twitch, slow twitch muscles, but at heart, I'm a sprinter.
Yeah, I suck in long distance.
Shut up.
I'm serious. I hate it. Do you see me running?
I see you running all the time.
I suck.
No, I'm like, oh my God. He's like running full circles around Herman Park.
I'm trying to do my 3 miles, and I know we're getting off topic. But collegiately, I was running under 21 minutes, 3 miles. Now I'm like 30 minutes. So now I'm like, I guess, 40 pounds heavier, but I suck. Put me on a hill, though. Give me 30. Girl,
hills all day.
I'm good on that.
All day.
But we can't be on it right now. But sometimes we do. But so I mean, I like the aspect that y'all train, different, muscle groups, different weeks, train different type of ways. And I'm saying that on this podcast because I know some of you are going to be listening, and I really want to encourage you that it's not about the strongest person at the event. For example, if we're doing a push press with a barbell, I'm just going to talk weights for women. I think the requirement for the more competitive is 65 pounds, which is a 45-pound barbell with 10 pounds on each side. And then recreational may be 45 pounds, which is a 15-pound bar with 15s on each side. So if we have 3 minutes to do as many push press, I don't care what exercise you do for 3 minutes. It's going to burn after a while. So I'm catching people trying to load up, because I watch their Instagrams, I watch their workouts of the days, and women trying to do, 205, and it's not about how much weight you lift, it's about training your muscles and condition your muscles and have them not, burn out so quickly. So I'm glad you said that, because I wanted to talk about that. Second thing, you said prepared, right? What about the mentality? I know personally, sometimes I put workouts up at boot camp or in the gym that I know they will not finish in a certain time, because mentally I want to challenge them something they physically cannot do. What's your mindset of going into a competition, not knowing what's going to happen? How do you, Renee, train someone or encourage people to challenge them to something they maybe never have done before, but not to quit when times get tough?
I mean, I'm always telling them we're stronger and we've got more than we actually give ourselves credit.
Y'all better get a pen.
We are.
I need a say low battery, but we'll be all right.
So no, I think people always, it's the carrot's right there, and they quit right before that they get that carrot. The prize is so close.
Yeah.
And so it's us as coaches. I call myself the movement motivator because movement starts here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I've always had a gift about getting in people's heads and trying to motivate them there, because if you can't get this right, nothing else is going to get right. And so if you think about muscle endurance, you got to think about mindset endurance. You got to think about mind strength, because we can talk ourselves in and out of anything. Yeah. And so sometimes, like I said, you got to be their biggest cheerleader. Yeah. We have, like I said, our CG games where there's people out there, like you said, this is not their thing.
Right.
They may be 100, 200 pounds overweight.
Right.
Trying to do a 50-yard bear crawl. Yeah. After doing multiple other events. And it may take them a long time to finish it, but I'm up in their face screaming at them to where I don't have any voice, cheering them on. Like, you can do this. Do not quit. I don't care if you're scooching along. We got this, And then when they're done, they're like, oh, my God, I just did that. Mm-hmm. And then you see that confidence build, and that just is the next stepping stone for where they're going to go. So it's a mindset.
It's the beauty. Alpha Flex, to John Saunders, man, you do an incredible job. He's in North Houston. One of his members in the competition before last, I remember her pushing so hard, And then after she fell to the ground into tears, she started crying because she finished. And he came over, he started crying. I don't even know them that well yet, and I wanted to cry. And it was more so, I remember David recording me after, and he was like, what is the Beast Mode Games? And I was like, that was it, the empowerment. And it's nothing like seeing someone do recreational the first time they do it, and then they make that jump to competitive. Or when a coach called me and say, hey man, that workout or that event made my group become so close that after they worked for months to become better. Because I can talk to you all day, and you have an incredible group that's meeting behind us in a few minutes. As we close this up, Renee, what would you say to someone that come across this video that limits themselves to what they can and cannot do?
I don't know. Limitations and fear can cripple somebody. But it's just sad when I see people just settle for mediocre. Or they have those dreams that there's like, well, one day, or it's just a dream, like they downplay it. You can make anything happen. We're in a place and in a world we have freedom of choice. Yeah. And we just need to, again, surround ourselves with people that will help us stick to our choices. Yeah. Set those goals, put them out there, say them out loud, and let people hold you accountable and be your cheerleaders. You need a support system. There's nothing great in life that I've ever accomplished that I haven't had a team. Right. It goes back to one of our favorite hashtags, my favorite hashtags is Better Together, because we are better together. Straight up. So don't live a life of I shoulda, coulda, woulda. Yeah. You know, it sounds cliche, but it's true. And if you're scared, just do it anyways. So what if you fail? Right. Who cares? Right. The true failure is in never trying.
That's it. I hope y'all have a pen because y'all should be keeping notes. Y'all see why so many people want to train with her. I feel inspired. Like I want to go run 3 miles, right?
Yeah, I know. Watch it. Like I'll see you at 1. That's it. I'm peeling out.
Girl, I'm gonna start bringing a bike out here. Straight up. So, all right, Renee. As we wrap this up, I always want to give the opportunity to anybody that comes on the podcast for the Beast Mode Games because, to ask questions because, again, it's the unknown. You may not know, especially for you because you've never even participated. You probably even haven't watched that much video or social media on it. Is there anything that just kind of pops out of the top of your head? Like maybe you're saying, hey, how long is the event? When does it usually start? Or whatever you may have, concerns, nutrition, or whatever. Anything pop off the top of your head that you can think of?
You gave me the date. I'm going to be there with hopefully a couple of teams, still mustering together. But I'm looking forward to seeing some of our peeps in the community. Yeah. You know, as big as Houston is, I think Dominique Soxa said that on Channel 2 years ago. She says, we're a big city with a hometown feel. Right. And I think you and I have the opportunity to have our webs deep in the community, and I love that because my strong suit is connection. Yeah. And just to bring all of those people together underneath your roof, thank you, sir.
Yeah, all right.
For a fun competition, I think it's going to be awesome just to see that community built and watch people actually, you know, conquer their fear and do something awesome.
100%. And it's a party out there, Renee, to be honest. You have, you know, the DJs out there, the music's loud, people are in the stands cheering people on.
I'll be bringing my water and my Scooby snacks. So
it's going to be on.
Always prepared with food and snacks.
You know what, though, Renee? I'm so curious because the only other boot camp that's actually participated is TexFit Boot Camp. They came out, I think, the last team set, so it was last summer. So James and Atari, it would be great to see y'all out there. I know I talked to James. He's actually practicing and getting ready to be an amateur boxer, so I know he's doing a lot. But the reason why I bring that up is because I'm bragging on boot camps. The mentality our boot camps have, whether it's rain or shine, we're showing up. Like typically when I ask, hey, what question do you have? It's like, hey, how much weight is this? Are we going to do more barbell work than calisthenics? That's typically the questions, and I cannot answer that until the day before. But the boot camp mentality, I love that. So I want to encourage you and you and you, as Renee just said, have that go-getter attitude no matter what the objective is. Go get it. And as a unit, as a team, as a family, as a city, let's make each other better by empowering each other because that's what it's all about. I believe personally that, what was the hashtag?
Hashtag Better Together.
Hashtag Better Together. I think with Houston, especially after Hurricane Harvey, provided that. And I believe we can do that in our fitness community.
Absolutely.
Numbers say that we're still unhealthy as a city.
But we're not as high as we used to be.
In the last 3 years, we made a change.
Amen.
Because of Renee.
No!
Because of Renee.
Because of all this, all this.
But we can make things better.
Absolutely.
And the way we can do that is by this. And our goal, our prayer, our hope with the Beast Mode games, Renee, honestly, is to empower not just the people that come, but the mom that comes to watch her daughter, or the husband that comes to watch his wife. They're inspired because they see a breakthrough within them. So
I call it the domino effect.
Yeah.
You know, when you've got one person that, I've got a family, I've had several families, that one person takes their fear and they show up. And then their family starts to see what's going on, and then they bring a relative, and they bring a relative. You can talk about breaking the cycle of obesity, of diabetes, of high blood pressure. You know, we get to do that on the real every day.
That's a privilege. It's definitely a privilege.
Absolutely. I say I've got the best job in the world. I get to bring healthy and happy to people.
Exactly. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. You see why we can talk all day?
All day.
That's why.
All day.
So if they wanted to find Renee, because you're so inspiring, what's the best way to find you?
You can always instant message me. Everything you need to find me is on Facebook.
Yeah.
Except for my address, but you got my phone number. So my personal page is Renee Rivellini. But if you go to @Movement Motivator, that's my fan page. You can follow me there because I've maxed out on friends on my personal page.
Yeah.
And then Team Renee all day on Instagram. And I just started using Twitter. Like, I've had the account forever. I know, the struggle's real. I can't keep up with the 2. Forget about 3.
Yeah.
I need help.
Yeah, it's tough.
I need an assistant for my social media.
A free assistant. A person that loves Renee so much. I'm trying to help.
Nothing's ever free.
Nothing's ever
Come
free.
work out with me, get to know me.
There you go. And then we make the adjustment.
I'm a hot mess, but I'm a good hot mess. I'm going to love on you.
It was great though, right? So, yeah, I'm going to make sure that I definitely put all your hashtags and social media connects. I want people to follow the Car Confessions, the movement that you present. I'm a fan. I know the city of Houston's a fan. I commend you to continue to do a great job. So, other than that, I'm looking forward to seeing that red out there. Is it
red?
Whoop, whoop? What's the chant?
CG what?
What? So, I'm gonna be in that what? So usually I'm on the mic like hyping people up, so you hear me say CG what out loud.
Absolutely.
So, other
if
than
you
that,
just yell CG, everyone will go,
it goes down.
What?
I'm serious. So we showed up to and then David, I'm ending. I know he said 6:23. I was at the Spartan race, and I remember sitting in the line, and then I seen all the decals on the back of cars. I was like, oh, that's cool. That's Camp Gladiator, because we were in Chapel Hill, I believe. And I went by another car, and I seen another CG. And then we got out the car, and they was like, mean green. It was like so many of them. I was like, that's beautiful. So I'm looking forward to seeing the CG family with the connection of everybody else.
I appreciate you inviting us out.
Can I have a hug?
Absolutely. Always.
Love you, girl.
Love you, man.
All right. That's it.
Peace, y'all. Thanks.
I appreciate you guys, Cindy, and whoever else is on there. So I got to start boot camp.
In 6 minutes.
In 6 minutes. Are you going to just jump in?
I'm just jumping in. She's got him going.
She got him. She's good. So, yeah. So I'll see y'all later. I'll share this on Facebook, but if something was said or done that inspired you, tag my friend.
Yes.
Share this video.
Team Renee all day, @Movement Motivator on Facebook. Team Renee all day on
I feel like I should dab at him.
Dab. Ready? Which way are we going?
You got more swag than me, though. All right, 3, 2, 1. So, yeah, I connect my girl Renee with you guys, and I will see you guys June 9th at the Beast Mode.
Make it happen, y'all.
Take care.